Hello YouTube, Elite Legionarii here, bringing you a 1 vs 1 for Rome Total War on the grassy flatlands. I'm in command of a skirmish build for Numidia, and my opponent is Morgo, who is commanding the Seleucid Empire with a pretty powerful infantry corps. But anyway, to outline my forces, I have 4 units of gold Numidian legionnaires. For my infantry, of course, I have 6 units of gold archers for a very important part of the skirmishing features, and very large forces of cavalry. This is what I like to use with my Numidian skirmish build. To put it straight, I'm not very good at skirmishing unless it's on normal scale, because I just have a bit of trouble with the micro even after all this time. I've never been the best micro ever, but so that's why when I go for a skirmish build, I go on normal scale. I find it just a bit easier. So I have 4 units of gold camel riders, 4 units of, I think it's gold and 1 experience Numidian cavalry, and 2 units of long shield cavalry, basically, and there's just half and half on each flank. So that's my army. My opponent's army, it's very heavily powered. It's got 6, I think they're fully maxed out silver shield pikemen. There is 4 cataphracts, which are gold attack, and I believe it was 2 archers. I don't think they've got any upgrades. This isn't a very good build to counter what I'm trying to do here, to be honest. And you know, if you're playing as the Seleucids, and you want to go real hardcore on their strengths, then put the upgrades into the cataphracts or get extra cataphracts, because even with all these upgrades, Silver Shield Pikemen, they're a decent unit, they're a capable unit, they're not too bad, but they're not anything spectacular either. So anyway, he makes a big mistake here. He isolates his cavalry from his infantry on both flanks, and as you can see over here, I'm just going to completely encircle this unit of cataphracts, and it's going to rout. And as you know, or any experienced Rome player knows, once surrounded, cataphracts are very easy to rout. The morale breaks very quickly. So he does catch one of my archers here, but that was probably just a bit of a minor error on my part. I wasn't too concerned anyway, seeing as I had archer supremacy by this point. And I'm just going to get my camels in. Camels are good against other cav because they cause them to get afraid, so they rout even faster. So once you encircle even quicker, look at that, the cataphracts are gone. So just like that, he's lost his best units. Even though they have got least upgrades, he's lost his best units. So now he's not really keeping a lot of form with his line. And I wouldn't even say my micro was like great in this fight, but I just, you know, the idea around this is to just a lot of stalling and stuff like that, and using your cavalry to pepper and pepper the enemy's flanks and stuff, and get behind them and basically kind of divide your opponent's attention. Again, I am not good at it really. It's why I've gone on normal scale. Here he tries to assassinate my general. Not a bad idea, I guess, but it would work well against the barbarians. But he needs to be focusing on reserving whatever units he can at this stage. So I'm going to get behind his flank on this side, so I can kind of like just mess with him a bit, like, you know, have him constantly worrying about something being in his flank like this. Here he charges here, and he does catch me before I can get my peeler in, so it's pretty good. As you can see, some of my micro here isn't too flash, it's kind of frustrating. I've found in Rome Total War, when you're organising like massive amounts of cavalry units, and you say you like click them and you click them to run over here, sometimes they'll run in all sorts of directions. It's frustrating as. So I'm going to move my archers out to the right flank so I can shoot the flank unit here, and I'm just going to keep these cav in the back like this, so he has to keep some units turned. That way I can just shoot them up with my archers at will, basically. So over here, he'll probably even catch me here, so some bad micro going on. I do get out of that one, but look at that. See, if you see that, I tried pulling out, but because one of my units scraped against the Silver Shield Pikeman, the whole unit runs into it. So the little things like that in Rome Total War are a pain to deal with. Over here though, his silver shields are getting into some of my legionnaires, but mine I'm just getting mass numbers down on them, and I've got units ready to come and support from this side, and basically the same thing over here while I continue to pepper the flank of this silver shield unit over here. So I mean, this probably isn't my best work, but again, I don't confess to be very good at microing a lot of units, especially a skirmish army. Even on normal scale, I don't do the greatest job of it. So I'm just going to get mass numbers down on these silver shields, and that will rout them, and this one will go with it as well. So I want to quickly pull out, and as you can see, they try and pull some units out. See, some of them just run straight into where I'm want them to not to go. So that is a bit frustrating, but that is what happens with certain units. It was worse with other units than others. certain units than others with other units, so I'm going to try and reorganise my line here. I'm throwing some peeler at this stage. I want to try and bin some peeler into my opponent while I can. And I'm going to move around and try and pick up any routers. I don't want him regrouping. But while this is happening, I'm just going to keep peppering his flanks. He really should have brought more missile units. If you're going up against Numidia, as say like against like a Seleucid army, if you're playing as Seleucids and someone brings Numidia in, you probably expect they're going to try and skirmish you. Because if they're going to go with a normal build, they're going to lose every time. But a skirmishing build could potentially beat a Seleucid army. So here, his general's unit holds in a long time, but they're very, very upgraded, so obviously it's going to work well. So over here when I try and pull out, same thing, they get caught and snagged again, but so I'm going to get out of that. So controlling mass amounts of cavalry units is a bit of a pain at times because they don't want to actually go where you're telling them to go. And it's kind of annoying to like select each one individually and move it. It's just a whole heap of micro work, and I mean, some of you can do that. I can do it, but not easily, and not particularly at the moment because my micro is not, like, I haven't been playing, like, I'm only play like 1 or 2 Rome games a week as opposed to how I was used to mostly playing like 1 or 2 a day back in the past where I had plenty of time to do so. And back then I was a lot better than I am now. So here he's going to come into the fight here, and I'm just going to come with a mass cav charge and cause as much disruption. There's his general, and as soon as his general dies, the whole lot go. So that is very, very useful. And I was pretty pleased with that, but my opponent didn't use a very good build. I'm not trying to be mean to him. I don't know if he's new, but if against Numidia and you're the Seleucids, you should probably suspect that the player's going to try using a kind of like a skirmishing build, I guess you'd say, because the skirmishing build is quite effective at defeating armies that are not got enough anti-skirmishing component, if you'd say. So anyway, I'm just going to pick up the remainder of his men here and pick them off. But they are tough because they've got a lot of upgrades. But silver shield pikemen are not really strong enough to just be super powerful with tons of upgrades on them, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Doesn't mean they can't be useful, but I wouldn't go that route in most cases, unless it was like a siege defense or something where infantry is really more important. But anyway, I had 675 men, so I did have more. I had 527 kills and 478 men remaining, so it's a heroic victory there, so it's pretty cool. And Morgo had 555 men deployed, 204 kills and 28 men remaining. Nothing really shined out except some of the archers. Nothing really got tons of kills. Everything got quite evenly sort of mixed in between every unit, so it was pretty good that way. So everything came together quite nicely. If you ever do watch this Morgo, don't separate your cavalry like that when I've got so many superior cavalry. Well, not superior cavalry, so much more cavalry around you, but I can just surround you like I did. So anyway, good game. Hope you guys watching enjoyed this, and thank you for watching, and thank you for watching all my videos. I do appreciate it. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you soon next time.